Hello and welcome, I'm Peasant, and in this playthrough I'm going to be taking on England 4 with River. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes. It's kind of England 4, so this is the cut-off where River suddenly finds this a very hard matchup. At 5, all the invaders have +1 health on their buildings, which means that your whole shtick of going with massive flooding suddenly becomes a bit sad, because that 2 damage to each invader doesn't kill all the towns. It merely wounds them all. So yeah, it's partly to build up towards England 6. I'm going to be doing this one first. Let's have a look at this start board. We've got wetland building coming, and that's kind of worrying because we have to worry about England's win condition here, the proud and mighty capital, which I refer to generally as building London. So yeah, it's tricky because it also works against the MO of this spirit of just pushing everyone all together and then murdering them in one big go. So the main thing I think I need to do is accelerate as quickly as possible while doing damage limitation. But I think this coastal wetland is going to be one of the first things to go. But what I can do is I can wash away in this land in order to not have to worry about this ravage. And what I think I'll do is place a sacred site in here. And what that does for me, what that does for me is it means I've got sacred site access to the whole board, which is okay. Yeah, so it's kind of this is pretty standard kind of opening. So we've got the wash, we've got the bounty, and here, Jungle Explorer. So, of course, we are against England as well, so we can't prevent builds, but we can prevent city builds, which is, it's okay. Yeah, so it's we might actually be able to clear out some of the interior here, though. Thinking about this, because the England build is quite specific to where is it? If they are adjacent to at least 2 buildings before the build action, so it is in the early game kind of preventable sometimes, but rarely. So we could even push this town into here and then just push all these up here. In fact, we could prevent this build. I know it seems hard to believe. We could wash away into here and then push a town away. Actually, that just is that worthwhile? We're then looking down the barrel of a blighted island really early, which we don't really want. We want to put off the blighted island at least one turn. So I think actually I'm just gonna go with the main plan. This part of me just wants to pile them up on the coast, but that is so dangerous against England because they will just kind of wreck you if you do that. So maybe I'll pile them into this desert. But this isn't ideal either, because I like to have a coastal deathland, which is generally the middle one, and then a kind of one of these interior lands where I kind of push everyone. This forest or this the jungle or this wetland would be the ideal candidates. Because you can push to any of these from anywhere in the interior, whereas here in the mountain, the sand, you can't. But we don't necessarily have the ideal situation. What I will do though is I'm going to rescue this Dahan because I'm not necessarily going to have the defend card. I'm unlikely to have a defend card that's going to deal with 3, 5, 7, 8 damage. I guess there's a small chance that I might get quick in the air struggles, but I'm just going to evacuate there. Sentimentality. Oh, it's tempting to try and actually just prevent this inland build, but I don't think it's the right thing to do. Because yeah, we want to keep the island healthy. We can make it just a town build though instead of a city build, which I think is worthwhile. We could just pile them up on the coast, but unless we get to to use our top tier of our innate really quickly, we could just be setting ourselves up to lose. Well, I'm learning. I'm learning. That's my excuse. And yeah, so this might be bad. Possibly bad. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. So we have a ravage here that we're letting go. No ravage here. Just a town build there. We could even prevent that town build with flash floods. Which is kind of tempting. But I think Do we prevent that? We don't. We would have the energy to. Yeah, I think we prevent it. I think we prevent it. We're going to go with placing as much presence as possible, and we're probably going to reclaim. Well, we're going to reclaim River's Bounty, I think. So we probably want to think about where we're going to be dragging our Dahan to for when we're placing these presents. This presence here. I actually might drag a Dahan into here and have a separate dirty Ravage in there. Which basically means you've got lots of Dahan there. A blight goes down, but you do, survive. It's not always, it's not nice. But sometimes you've got to be tough. So put one in here as well. Yeah, I mean these. I'm just going to put that in there. All right, so we'll go River's Bounty, and I am going to prevent this build over here by destroying the Explorer. And there are no adjacent buildings, so that will actually work. It's so easy against England to forget that they just break the rules. So that was. That Ravage did happen. Oh wow, we even skipped an Explorer there. This is unusual luxury. I suppose I don't typically play on England 4, so maybe that's part of it, but it still feels good. So yeah, we'll prepare for the dirty Ravage in here. And we just have to hope we get a useful defend card, I think. We only need to bring one in there for the dirty Ravage to work. And I think I'll leave two in there because that would... Oh, we've got massive flooding, actually. I can just clear this land with massive flooding. So I think I'll bring everyone in. And then we've got the massive flooding here. So we won't be able to prevent the build. So actually, I think I'm just going to use the 2 damage on one of these to oh, we can just use it in here. But these are candidates to become England's city. I think I'm going to take the risk that I don't necessarily draw a defend card and just start working on these buildings here. And let's not push any buildings. Okay. So, this is going to be a double build because we're unlikely to have the fear we need. But I think... See, I like to try and push forward here because we've got the Reclaim 1. We could actually push forward here. Because once we get to 4 plays, then we can start using our innate and really kind of wrecking the discotheque. So I'm going to go with that. What did we get? Okay, we did not... Okay, so we have not drawn a defense in there. That's fine. We can do the messy Ravage. Oh, actually, we could reclaim our Flash Floods. Let's reclaim our Flash Floods and keep the island healthy for another turn. And so we probably want to be gaining stuff that's just good for our elements. Gift of Constancy is just a great card all around. It will help us avoid kind of constantly having to reclaim because it doesn't have any water on it. Reaching Grasp has perfect elements apart from the lack of mountain. I think it's the Grasp. Is Grasp actually going to have a use for us though? Not really. I think we go with Constancy here. This might mean we can get a major power as well. And if we do get up to 5 plays, which we might be more likely to get to 5 plays if we have Constancy. So we are... Yeah, we're going to Flash Floods in there. And where do we put another presence? Well, we may as well have another Sacred Site. There are some moments where actually having the extra Sacred Site helps. So we're not going to get our innate at all this turn. I guess that's the downside of this kind of this idea. And there is going to be a double build in here, which is going to be absolutely horrible. But we should be able to clear this land next turn. Let's just hope we get coastal lands. Not really what I want to see. Not really. Oh, there's no double build. We're only on England 4, peasant. Okay, I'll ignore my ramblings about double builds. We don't care about this because we're going to reclaim here anyway, I think. Do we? We could keep pushing, actually. Yeah, we reclaim. We really just want a very basic defend card in here, I think. There are a few that would have the water on that we need. Something like these are not the things I was hoping for. Curses. Drought is lovely against England. It destroys a lot of buildings. Good for River too, because we've got so much sunshine to get this threshold here on the city. The city destruction does add a little bit of blight, but we all know that blight is the spice of life. And yeah, no defend. So this is going to be pretty horrible. This is going to cascade. It is really, yeah, just not what we want. We could start raining the blood though. This is a nice one. Drought is so much damage though. Such a huge amount of damage. And I suspect against England 6, this would be a very, very useful pick. But okay, this turn, what am I actually trying to do this turn? I think I want to be triggering my innate and clearing out this coastal wetland. And to do that, I basically play my start cards. And I can't actually substitute anything out from the start card, so I won't be playing any of this stuff this turn. If I can afford to have a turn where I can push to here, that would be amazing. So we've got the desert ravage. We can't do anything about this. Then we've got a coastal build and then a coastal ravage. Yeah, so it's going to be a rough turn next turn. Not a turn we can just have a really off-brand turn. But these are all slow powers, so yeah, it's going to look really rough for a little while. I think we just have to accept that. I'm going to go with Rain of Blood, and we need to play all 3 of these to get the 3 sunshine we need, and then we need to play Wash Away. Basically, we have no choice here, but we do have top tier of our innate, so we should hopefully, we should be able to do some stuff. Okay, let's do damage to 2 of those cities. So this is just setting up for our massive flooding. And we've got Sarah. This is just really unfortunate. Okay, we did get the better of the 2 blight cards. And this blight explosion I'm actually going to push into here, even though it is going to cost me an extra presence. Because all these coastal lands are kind of dodgy now. Yeah, and this is still a sacred site, thanks to the magic of river. Okay, so we do thankfully have our massive flooding and our river's bounty. Okay, and all of these lands are going to ravage next turn. So, I can push 2 towns in here. Oh, damn it, there's another city in there as well. Of course there is. So, I've got to be careful not to just lose here, actually. If I push any more buildings here, I will instantly lose. So I guess I shouldn't do that, because I'll build London. So I have to do this now. I have lost before. The prize to whoever knows which playthrough that's on the channel. I have lost before by doing that. So let's not do that. Let's not do that now. And I suppose my Wash Away wants to be making next turn less horrible for me. So this is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So as it stands, only 1 Dahan will survive. So maybe making this less horrible. And I don't want to push into here. But yeah, we've not drawn any defend cards. But I think that's my best hope, is to actually just try and make this land less horrible. Because even if we don't do anything about it, at least we... Oh, actually, or I could River's Bounty and just breed another one. But it's still not enough. So I think I'm actually going to push these away from the coast. Just because we've had a lot of blight. This cascade was pretty horrible. So this is enough Dahan in here to survive and fight back. They'll kill 1, and so we could drag another Dahan away from there. But I'm actually going to bring these Dahan into the game, I think. Because they're just here on the outskirts, not really doing anything. Okay, so... Wow, there's still no build here. This feels very luxurious against England. So we've got this Ravage. We might just be letting that go. And I really want to push to 5 plays so I can start playing all sorts of incidental cards. Like Brain of Blood, which is incidental. Incidental 3 fear for nothing. I mean, gaining a... We do have a reclaim. I mean, the thing is, we could just reclaim our cards and play our innate again. But I think that 5th play is where it's all going to come together. We might even pick a major. No, let's not do that. And what are we looking at here with the Ravages? We lose if we don't do anything about these Ravages. And as it happens, nothing in our hand can prevent... We have no combination of things from our hand that will actually solve this problem of the instant loss. So then we kind of, well, do we go for a major power that might save us? There are a good number of majors in here that will just, you know, save the day for us. Paralyzing Fright or Indomitable Claim or maybe even Vigor. Actually quite a large number. We've got the energy. We'd probably have to forget one of these, unless the card we get is on element. I don't think any of the defend cards are particularly on element, because we kind of want sunshine and water, but most of the sunshine water cards are slow and not defend powers. Or if we look in the minor deck, we could just hope for just a defend card. And there are a few in there. The trouble as well is that this cascade, we need to prevent this cascade. Because this will, if this blights and this cascades, it's only got one place, you know, it's got nowhere to go. So I think we are in the land of YOLO majors. So I guess I gain a major, hope for the best. Okay, what do we get? Indomitable Claim solves the problem, as does Winds of Rust and Atrophy. Hello, kitten. One of my cats has come in to see me. How are you doing? So this is the defend that we need, or Winds of Rust and Atrophy. Now, Indomitable Claim's just amazing. So, and it works with these. In fact, because we can reveal our 5th play. I think what I'll do is probably forget one of my start cards, because we can then use the yellow from Claim and the water from Rain of Blood to get our innate, to trigger our top tier of our innate. So I think I'm going to go Indomitable Claim, and that means forgetting one of my yellow blues. Now, Boon of Vigor is the one I get rid of here. I think River's Bounty is awesome. I just love that bounty. And in addition, we've only got 3, we're going to have 4 cards, so I may as well just take this extra energy here and then reveal this with Indomitable Claim. So this presence here, if we're Indomitable Claiming in here, we may as well make it a Sacred Site. We may as well. And we're going to have plenty of energy. We could... oh wow, if we get the 3rd mountain, we could actually get the fear bonus as well. Which could be, I mean, 3 fears, a lot of fear. It's a good amount of fear. So maybe we'll reclaim Wash Away, especially as we're not really going to be doing our innate this turn. And we can go Claim, Constancy, Wash Away. It should get us the threshold on Claim. And then Rain of Blood. So it's a bit of a weird turn, but it's kind of a weird turn I like. I like these weird turns. And so we have to prevent this blight overflow in here. Just have to. And we'll get that 5th action, as we will be reclaiming next turn, I think. Almost certainly. Well, Gift of Constancy. I mean, here's the thing. These are such ridiculous cards to have together. So we have the Downward Spiral. I think it's time to vacate this land. Maybe even this land. Yeah, we need to prevent this ravage. So let's accept that this forest is no longer our place. Wow, we can even prevent a build here. Okay, defend 3 in all coastal lands. That's very helpful. Each player moves Explorer from land with Daham. Okay. Okay, so we got very lucky with that defend card. That fear card. But I guess if you have, you know, volumes of fear cards, that's kind of what's going to happen. So where do we want to build? If we build in here and use Indomitable Claim again, we will actually prevent the escalation build. We know that we're guaranteed to get an escalation effect because we've already had coastal lands. So And we don't... yeah, and we can't set up a Ravage counterattack. So I think it makes sense to put it in here and then just do this next turn. And then return to more rivery things on a future turn. Okay, so we've got this, which is just a whole chunk of extra fear. And we have a little bit of pushing to do. We can just push this town out of the way just to prevent a city build. Here's something else that's interesting, is that we can actually use claim, like I was suggesting, use claim and trigger our threshold, because we can use claim and Rain of Blood to get the things we need, the elements we need. So we could still do that in here. And but then we'd kind of want the... Oh, actually, no, next turn, though, is the Ravage in here. So actually what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to push a load of towns into here, because this is a lot of counterattacking. And we're going to very deliberately not trigger the threshold on Indomitable Claim. So we've got all the defend we need. We can push another town in here. Oh, there are no more towns to push. Let's push this one. Okay, so it's asking me to reclaim. I don't think I care, because I'm just going to go with a full reclaim this turn. Because the main thing is we're up to our 5 plays. The rest is just, you know, incidental, really. Okay, so the trouble is I'm not actually going to have the energy to use claim as well as flash floods. Oh, I am. As long as I've got 0 cost things. I think I'm going to go with a minor power here. Sap is lovely. It's a lovely card. It's also a water card. So yeah, I think I'll just pick that up. We're not going to use it immediately. I mean, Rouse the Trees and Stones could be pretty nice too, to help finish off after after using my innate. So let's see if my whole idea works. Oh no, I can't forward wash away. Maybe Sap makes it happen. Yeah, Sap does make it happen. So we are going to be able to smash somewhere this turn. See, here's annoying, because in here this would be a nice place to smash, except it's going to build the city in the invader phase, so I can't damage it with flash floods to finish it off. So that's where it's nice having a bit of slow damage. Okay, so we're going to Indomitable Claim here. Careful not to get the threshold. Though if we did get the threshold, we would gain another fear card. But yeah, we don't think we want to do that. We want to just use our damage fairly efficiently. Yeah. And without the wash away, we're not getting as much value out of our massive flooding. Part of me is wondering whether to actually just go with a slightly different kind of approach and go with gift. Go with gift, claim. And how much defend do we need in here? 6, 8. We'd need to use... We could use flash floods and sap to do it, and we could prevent stuff in there. I think this is probably acceptable. Okay, so we'll defend in there, and we are going to hit somewhere with our innate. I guess this is the... They are going to build a city in here, aren't they? The little swines in this coastal. So actually this is tricky. I kind of got lucky there that what I was doing kind of aligned. So there's gonna be an extra city in here. So I think it might be worth flash flooding in here just to... We could prevent a build in there. Oh, we can't prevent that build. Yeah, I think it's worth flash flooding in here. This sap here that we don't care about. We'll just, yeah, make it super secure in there. The downward spiral, let's remove this extra presence. Each player removes 2 explorers or a town from land with Dahan. Let's remove this town here. Okay, so we've got 8 damage to counterattack, so we'll hit the buildings first. Okay, that's pretty nice. And so yeah, we're getting a bit, mountainy here. So yeah, we do need to prevent them from building. So this is obviously this is going to be our target for massive flooding. It's a shame we can't push any more people in there, but you know, you can't have everything. So yeah, I think so. I mean, they are about to ravage as well, but I mean, we've got indomitable claims, so we're not too worried about that. Though we can't actually afford to indomitable claim next turn. Oh, we're gonna, except we will gain an energy from bounty. But yeah, this is by far the best place to do this. It does gain us another fear card. Got a while to go till Terror 3 though. Okay, so it's going to be a weird turn next turn. We do have this amazing reclaim 1 space, so I think maybe the thing to do. It's a shame we don't have a presence in there. If I could bring some Dahan in there, that would have been great. And I don't have a presence in here either. Well, definitely want to breed some Dahan. Let's bring them over here. Okay. So, we've got a build here, we've got 2 Ravages, and again, we need to do something about these Ravages. We can't just let them slide. We can get our indomitable claim back, and we could even maybe go with this here, get the 3rd energy that way, and then we'd be playing our 0 cost stuff. So it is a bit ropey. It's a bit ropey, but we might be able to gain a 0 cost mountain card. That means we get the threshold. Oh. Got a lot of fear cards as well. Terror 2, so that's not completely insignificant. So I think, yeah, getting this 3rd energy is nice, and maybe thinking about having presence for a future Dahan breeding purposes. Makes it sound really sinister. That's not really. I'm not trying to be sinister. Just can't help it. Okay, here's a nice defend card. It's fear as well. We do seem to be going more towards a fear than out-and-out destruction kind of path. Except we can't play it this turn, which is unfortunate. So I'm actually not going to take it because I just can't play it this turn. So I think I'm going to go with this. Reclaim the indomitable claim. Constancy. I mean, the power's great as well because it's going to get us that threshold. Okay, so constancy on ourselves and indomitable claim in here to prevent everything. Okay, downward spiral, huh? So I think I'm going to actually just let that one go because we might just let that one blight. Each player removes an explorer or a town from land with a disc. So this isn't going to prevent anything in here. So let's just go with removing towns, I think. Invaders do not build in lands where Dahan outnumber buildings. Scapegoats. Okay, not the most effective collection of... yeah, so we did get a blight down. Okay, let's gift of power. And as we've got 5 plays, cards like this, 0 cost cards, are just, you know, music to your ears. And it is pretty nice, cheap fear. Not really beasties, so Savage Morbius are kind of out. This is also some pretty nice fear, 2 fear. The Explorer push against England, though, not so useful. And no, nothing great for us element-wise. This will help us with energy. So I mean, this is the only element that's relevant here. So maybe I mean, the thing is, indomitable claim is suddenly going to stop being super worthwhile. I don't think we're going to be worried about energy too much in the very near future. So we have wetland ravages. This ravage is fine, of course. This one here we want to do something about. I think are we just doing this? Is this what we're doing? This is a very off-brand river. I mean, we need to... it's only defend 3. We could just defend it with sap and actually have a turn where we do some clearing. Actually, I'm just going to look at those minor powers again. None of them are actual... I mean, this is a damage. Only in jungle or wetland. See, this cluster of cities I want to do something about. But, okay. Nothing there that helps with that. So, I mean... oh... we're going to have the energy to do this. Okay, let's look further into the future. And where are we with cards? Okay, we're 2 away from Terra 3. There are only 4, 5, 6 cities on the board. I don't think we actually want... we want this city to be destroyed in the Ravage, so we don't want constancy as well as claim. So maybe we do go with... maybe we do go with a... maybe we do just reclaim here. And so we can hit hits and destroy 2 of these cities. And push some stuff in there as well. Yeah, I think so. Okay, let's gain another minor power. This has perfect elements. And is that defense relevant? It actually... that... oh wow, okay, that completely changes my turn. So take a short break. So encompassing ward does mean that I can actually... I don't need to use Indomitable Claim in here. And that's going to feel pretty good. Because, yeah, like I say, we don't need to use Indomitable Claim in there, so I think I'd rather just hang on to that. So, let's go with Encompassing Ward, and that actually just defends both of those nicely. And we're going to be looking to trigger our innate in here, and we're going to make us get as many of our enemies in there as possible. No adjacent jungles for this. Oh, but we can wash away... oh, wow. Oh, yeah, we can wash away from the sand building here. So, yeah, we just want to push as many people in as possible. And we need to do that extra damage as well, so we need the flash floods too. Where are we? So, we are short a sunshine. Yeah, okay, we might not be able to squeeze this in. Are we short on sunshine, water? So we could rivers. I'm always happy to rivers bounty. You know me. Do you know me? Do you really know me? Okay, let's yeah. So we've got the wash away. We did manage to Shadows of the Bone Forest. Oh, except I don't have a presence in there. So that's so this is just a fear card now. So we may as well just go with the better fear card. Well, that generates more fear. Gift of Power is also pretty tempting. Where are we with fear exactly? Okay, we're getting towards 3. We've got no fast fear. Okay, if we destroy 2 cities here, that's a fear card. That's 4 fear. And then this will be the extra 3 fear. So that will mean that will push us to Terra 3, which I think is pretty worthwhile. There's part of me that wonders about maybe using Constancy or Gift of Power to mean that we can kind of keep doing this kind of turn. But I think we could just reclaim a few turns in a row now, because we've... yeah, I think that's also pretty viable. Yeah, I think this is good. Okay, so Encompassing Ward. Oh, what's happened there? Why has it only done a single... because this is a coastal land. So this should do an additional damage. So this should actually damage 2 cities. Well, that's a little bug, I guess. A little bug. a cute little bug. Because yeah, there should be 2 cities that have been damaged there. Okay, so one to report. Okay. So we've got this business in here. We need to we don't need to massive flooding in there. Do we reassess? Do we want a massive flood somewhere else? No, we've got the partially damaged city there. I'm not going to be too bitter that it should be 2 partially damaged cities. Okay, so the best push we have is probably pushing from this sands, so it doesn't really matter, I don't think. Yeah, let's push from this sands because we might be able to push with this in the future from Mountain Jungle, so we might be able to push one of these in the future. So we'll push this town into here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just double checking I wasn't instantly losing, because that's always a bit sad. Okay, so we're going to hit in here. So there should be 1 more dead city there. And we have jungle and sand ravage. So again, these ravages are going to be enough to end me. But we do have the encompassing ward now, which except it's just nowhere near enough to deal with these. Okay, we do have sap and indomitable claim. So as long as we place a presence in here or here for the sap, then we're kind of good. So where do we want Dahan? I suppose in here. Oh wow, we've actually got loads of ravages to think about. I'm trying to be too tilted by there being 1 more city in the world than there should be. Okay, let's bring these 2 Dahan in here. Okay, so you have this ravage, and this ravage. We've got 3 ravages. We've got 2 defend cards, so we could let one of these jungles go. This is nice because it will clear those 2 cities. And we are going to gain a card. We do have our Reclaim 1 still. If we do use this and this, we could still use our Innate. And where are we with our fear? We've got 3 Terror level 3 3 fear cards at Terror 3, which is really nice. That's so nice. Okay, yeah, so why I can't reclaim, because if I want to use sap, I need either an air element, which I don't think I've got a single one of. However, I've got Rain of Blood. We could get up to 5 energy. I mean we've got an indomitable claim just because we don't have any other defend cards. It's tempting to just gain a power card just in case I gain another cheap defend card. But can we use this hand to actually trigger our innate in a big way this turn without reclaiming? No, but maybe reclaiming is okay. We've got loads of energy. We can use indomitable claim and sap to get our yellow and blue, and then we just use lots of yellow-blue cards. Like our floods and our bounty. We're going to use our floods anyway if we use our innate. I mean, yeah, we let probably this one go because there's no counterattack. But we are getting close to winning on fear. Let's not try. Let's try not to be too circular about this peasant. Not too circular. I think the reclaim is better actually. Yeah, I think it's the safer route. And it's tempted to just look at a major here. What's even in the deck of the minor deck? We'd like a yellow-blue card, except Song of Sanctity is awful. I mean, it's Blight Removal though. I mean, this is. I mean, Uncanny Melting's actually better. It would help us get our elements. I love this card, Trancing Apparitions. I can never remember what it's called. We've then got Mountain and Jungle build Ravage as well, so it would be great to not have a Blight go down in there too. So another quick look at these mind powers. So this is only defend 2. This is a defend 6. I think this is the only card that's gonna... Yeah, it's like we need defend 3 in there. Or we could afford a major potentially. Let's have a quick look at. I mean, vitality would solve the problem. Paralyzing fright would solve the problem, kind of. Yes. She mainly, yeah, just vitality, and I suppose rap would be pretty good too. Yeah, I think let's look at a major power. Let's be brave. Okay, this is the price of bravery. Another big clear. Power Storm is... Can we actually get Threshold on Power Storm? We've only got one other purple card. We can't get the Threshold on Power Storm. It's still very cool, though. And we might be able to still get our innate. Note that it is... I can't repeat my innate. It is a power card on there. I mean, Cleansing Floods is going to help by removing some Blight, but we can't afford to play it this turn. Because we are just a bit close to the Blight, you know, to losing on Blight than we'd like to be. I mean, maybe this is going to be helpful just to close it out. We've got, especially if the game's not going to allow us to destroy more than one city on the coast. Yeah, I think I'm going to take this and then just get rid of something that, I mean, probably Shadows of the Burning Forest, because, I mean, I'm not even in any of these lands. So I can't even use it. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of Shadows of the Burning Forest. One of my low-key favourites, that one. Okay, so we're going to be Indomitable Claim. We're going to let this forest up here go. We need to use Rain of Blood to actually get the range on Sap for in here. Oh, actually, we could just do it the other way around and then Indomitable Claim. Oh, we need to Indomitable Claim in here, yeah. So this is correct so far. So what we need now for our Massive Flooding is basically our yellow-blue cards. So, wow, could I do Cleansing Floods this turn? That's an intriguing prospect. I think I might be able to, you know. We would get the Threshold. Okay, does this actually work? Does this really work? So we're going to be defending in here and here. We're letting this one go. They will build, so we could just smash this immediately with our Cleansing Floods. And we've got Massive Flooding. We don't have any... We're not going to be pushing anyone around. And we're not going to be using... Okay, there's no point Massive Flooding without Flash Floods, arguably. So we would basically be substituting Cleansing Floods for Massive Flooding, kind of. We're doing kind of one or the other. But then next turn we could go for Massive Flooding. We've got all the elements there next turn. And we can respond to what this Explore card is. I think this is the right way. I think so. So defend in there. And we'll sap in here. And we do have a downward spiral. I want to keep this for targeting for my Cleansing Floods. Let's get rid of this Sacred Site. I don't think it actually matters. Let's get rid of this. We've got lots of Sacred Sites over there. Each player removes an explorer or a town from a land with a disc or a city from a land with a Sacred Site. Damn it, I just deny myself a city removal. I think I did. Okay, this is this bug again. Okay, each player removes an explorer or a town from any land. So, given that we're kind of good at removing explorers and towns, I think I'm probably going to hit this land with my Cleansing Flood, so we'll let them build a city in there. Let's remove this one. Okay, so we've got this fight back here. Okay, and that blight went down. All part of the plan. Okay, sand and mountain. Okay, so where are we with cards? We are 15 fear away from victory. Let's just get some more fear. So 12 away from victory now. And we've got the massive flooding. We don't actually have anywhere with multiple towns in, which is a little bit sad. So I suppose we just need to be trying to stay alive. Which probably means we want to prioritize hitting somewhere that already has blight. So we could hit any of these. Oh, this has got 2 cities in. That's the it shouldn't have 2 cities in, but it does. So this is going to be the favourite to hit. Then we can indomitable claim in here maybe next turn. Except actually, this is we can bring Dahan into here for a counterattack because there's already a presence in there. Oh yeah, just need to check this. So we are going to go jungle. So this is another thing I've got to watch out for. And because they're England, they will build even if that area is clear. So I'm going to have to defend in both of these jungles anyway. So I think actually clearing this is better. Because at least if I clear this, it is clear. Yeah, so we'll do that. And it's it's a lot of fear. And unfortunately, I don't have presence in there, so that's an oversight. I think I probably should have been thinking about that. So let's just breed some more Dahan somewhere. I should stop saying that. It just seems really sinister to say that. We'll leave these ones here on the coast. Oh yeah, we do have massive flooding as well, except that it's not... I mean, here at least we can destroy a couple of explorers as well. Nice lackluster flooding action that you'll see. Yeah, let's just make this slightly less of a chore to deal with. This just means that this is a defend 5 now, rather than needing more than that. Okay, so we need 6 fear to win. We have build ravage here and here. So this is going to need to be. It's attack 6. So this might be a reclaimer. But the nice thing is we will get to kill a city on the fight back. Here is also going to be we're going to need. I think we just reclaim our defend cards here. Encompassing wall, unfortunately, is not going to be enough. Alternatively, we could flash floods in there and just reclaim a single defense card for this land here. Trouble is, we're going to be a bit broke if we do that. I think reclaiming is right here. We've got enough presence on the board not to worry, and going to gain a minor power here, I think. Okay, so resilience is great. It's a defense 6, so that takes care of that land. This is on element, though I don't think our innate is just not really working for us very well. I've lost confidence. So I think we'll just go with nature's resilience. And we just need to make 6, need to survive and make 6 fear. So there are 3 ravages that we care about. There's this one, and this one. So we're just defending and making fear, basically. So we've got some brand new defend cards. So this is we've got our 3 defense cards there. Yeah, because this mountain is clear, so I think we are good. If we just stick Gift of Constancy on there, we should also have the threshold on this, which is 3 more fear. So we've got all of our fear there. So now I think that's it done. So I'm just gonna try and be as speedy as possible now, without messing up. So we will. So this is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So want nature's resilience in there. We could remove the blight, but I'm not going to. Turn 5 will just be enough in there, and then its claim will be more than enough in there. And we should win in the slow phase now. Oh, we might win in the ravage, of course. Each player remove up to 3 health worth invaders for a land without cities. don't think it matters, so we'll remove that. Each player may push any number of explorers or towns from one land. Well, we can push more into here for a little bit more fear, because we have all the defend we could ever want in there. Each player removes an invader from land with 2 or fewer invaders. So, well, we could remove a city. That always feels nice. And then we have... Okay, so all those ravages were blocked. And so now in the slow phase, Reign of Blood should do it. There you go. So that was England 4 with River. Yeah, it's a fun playthrough. I think when I try and let's have to see them running away. When I try to do it with England 6, it's going to be rough. It might take a few tries. Oh, that was try number 1. I have had someone asking about how many tries I'm taking on these, so that was the first attempt. Alright, thanks so much for joining me. I've been Peasant, and if you like the video, like the video. Cheers, and catch you next time.